Okay, how's it going, everybody? So, as I said in the last video, I thought everything I was reading was the end of all of part 1 of To Your Eternity, or, the first act, or whatever you want to call it. But that was not the case. Turns out there was a couple more chapters that weren't out yet at the time. So, I still cannot find a way to get the official scans without, there's nowhere they're uploaded, without paying for each individual chapter, which if it was a subscription sort of thing where you get, a certain amount of manga, whatever, like Viz or Manga Plus or something like that, then sure. But that kind of shit, absolutely not. No way. Will not support that. But so we're just going to read the scans now. The scans aren't that, compared to a lot of other series we read, like Fire Force or whatever, the scans are not that bad. So, the going from the official release to the scans, it's not, some of the names might be translated differently or something, but for the most part, I don't think it's going to be much of a problem. Sound effects aren't going to be translated. That's the big, and that's always why I like official translations and everything. But since it's digital, the quality of page, which is number one most important to me, honestly, even more than the translation, because I want the story and the art. It's all one package. So yeah, we're good here. So now, okay, before we get into this, I talked about it last video, but I want to be forthright again. I want to be forthcoming. I want to explain, as I've said, I've enjoyed the beginning of this series a lot, but I think it is around when Prince Bonchan, I think when he got introduced, around there is when my interest in the series started waning quite a lot. And I think it's not just because of Bonchan as a character I loved, but the arc around him, and then now this Rindler arc. One of the big things about this Rindler arc being Fushi's closest people right now are all kind of people that I didn't really care at all about during their introduction. I made that clear as I was reading it, and then we had just like an arc ago, we had plenty of stuff with the people from the prison island, which again was another arc that I was like, I see why we did this, but I didn't really like it that much. And maybe that is where my interest started, maybe after Gugu, but I like the prison island, even though I didn't really like it that much, I still, there was parts of it that I did enjoy. Overall, I think it was a decent arc. It was just, the main plot I wasn't that interested in, but overall I enjoyed it as an arc, whereas, like Bonchan's arc, or like Bon as a character, but overall, the arc, it was, I only really like the end of it, and that's about it. But, all that aside to say is, I am finishing up Act 1. I promised I would finish Act 1, and I'm finishing Act 1. Will I move on to Act 2? Most likely not, at least until the series is over. So yeah, that is my plan. I'm finishing Act 1. Maybe I will come back to the series when it is over. I'd say you got about a 90% chance I will. But, yeah, that's whenever the whole series is over. Not just Act 2, the whole series. So, let's jump back into where we were with everything that was going on with Fushi getting all of his forms ripped out of him, and now March is back. I also don't see this city's gonna get, how are they gonna be able to do this in the time that Fushi's gone? Will it be possible in any way? I can't imagine they are even gonna hold out for an hour. But we'll see what they're capable of. What blew up? What just happened here? Was it just her shooting an arrow? But she's the one who says, huh. I guess because she's, not saying huh to what happened, but saying huh about March. Yeah, that's a real scanulation, translation right there. Rinrir. I mean, Rinril is definitely, Rinrir. Good God. I get, there's some, the official translation, the use of, emo as opposed to, Fushi, because that is his name. It's not like a translation thing. That is his name. But, I get it, because it doesn't mean immortal, but, like, there's a point where, you know, that can be argued, sure. But I understand the people who would be against that. But, like, you know, this is, that's so obvious what it is. It's not obvious what it is, but it's just, it's obvious what it's not. I'll put it that way. I suppose who else is closer to Fushi throughout his whole life? Well, no, I mean, I was gonna say closer, but more like a protector, right? Like, I was thinking of this editor message here and being like, is that, you know, is that true? Who else can save him but these two? Like, as opposed to them being alive right now, sure. But, aside from that, I mean, you know, would there be any other two pairing of people who knew Fushi? And yeah, I would agree with the editor on this statement. Right, I didn't even think about the fact that he's seen all of the ghosts that Fushi has. You know, I mean, we know that we've seen him in that one page, but ostensibly he's been seeing the ghost of March a lot. And the fact that he says, you're the girl sacrificed from 200 years ago, I don't know if Fushi specifically told him that, or if Ghost March told him that, or, you know, how does he know that information specifically? I don't remember that being passed on, but either way. And she's just like, don't have time for the answer, let's just go. Is Hayase missing? I think by that man she means Hayase. I assume she doesn't mean Fushi, you know. But would she not say that Yamanote man was, or Yanome? I don't know, whatever. Oh, Kahak. I honestly didn't know who they were talking about earlier when they said Kahak. I was like, who? But okay, yeah. So they're talking about it's Kohaku, right? So okay, now March was talking about. Well, no, she wouldn't be talking about Fushi when she said that man, but Fushi is also, you know, not here right now. Okay, so yeah, she's like confirming he's not a ghost, right? Or is he saying, like, you know, he would be able to sense him at all if one of, like, I don't know what they mean. Huh. Okay, so the man in black is just making himself appear to Bond, like, by himself. Like the little girl saying that to him. Just take it back. Okay, so there was a little ball there. Is that what Fushi has left? Okay. So right, that is the original ball we saw at the very beginning of the series. So, okay, Fushi is still part of the city. But we need to give him another form again. I mean, I think the only thing you guys can do is kill yourselves, right? That's kind of what you gotta do, right? Hope that if you kill yourself, it will turn into a form of Fushi's, because you were close enough to him. I mean, we already know it would work with March, but I don't know how that works with her being alive now. Like, if she died again, would he get that form again, or was that taken? I don't know how that exactly works with March. But for Bond, that should work. Yeah, I mean, as I'm saying, man, how do you even fight against this? This is endless odds against, you know, everybody having one life. And now, this girl is... Wait, who is this? Okay, she's got a knock on her arm. Kohaku's knocker specifically. Huh. Okay, so she's just gonna, like... But, like, that's not gonna stop the... Right? It's not gonna stop the knocker in any way. So right, everything about his vessels, as we're calling them, are taken from him. Everything about them. So, what about that? If we can do the opposite, if we could relay shape, sound, and scent to Fushi. And Bond's looking at the sword. Okay. Oh no, Fatty's about to go down. This girl, she's stepping off the ledge. But are we going to stop her? sure? Like, what? Because, yeah, there's no reason for it to kill itself. It's not going to do anything. Yeah, he's about to do it. He's doing the gut, into the gut. Okay, and letting the blood drip all over the orb there, hoping he'll come back. Oh, and now, in his afterlife, or, I don't know, you know, the last moments, he's thinking, dreaming of being king. But now he's walking back over to his body, like in this dream, grabbing the orb. Everybody's holding it. And, alright. I mean, it's gotta work, right? What? There's no other way this is gonna work other than this. Okay, so, like, the life essence, essentially the vessel entering his body. And, okay, interesting way to do this. I actually kind of wish... I'm curious to see what the official translation did with this. But yeah, this is Gugu, and Tanari. They're all, you know, seeing the points where he met them. But he's getting all of it back. Interesting. So, okay, and then she actually stopped herself. Or is that the knocker arm that stopped her? They all stopped? Why have they stopped? Okay, everybody's just getting shot? Okay. I thought it might have been like one stray knocker or something, but no, it's like, okay. Okay, the knockers have taken forms of people. Okay. Why? I guess because they've gotten good enough at fighting the knockers that now they're like, alright, we gotta change up strategy. So, and then this one is manifesting itself on her arm as Fushi. Okay, that's creepy. Yeah. And now he's feeling the pain. He's feeling the pain. Okay, yes, he's just getting in Bond's body right there with the sword in gut and everything. Yeah, because he would, well, yeah, of course we'd make the sword in gut because it also, that's why we do the rope thing so often, because that was our first form. Great foreshadowing, by the way. I do think this is, again, I wasn't really into this Rindler arc at all, and I gotta be honest, I don't give a shit about 90% of the goddamn characters in this arc, but the central plotline thing with Fushi and Bond and the just thorough line about it's been cool, it's been flashy, I like the action stuff, but I'm sorry, just the characters, I cannot get into them anymore. But, I mean, that's what happens when you have a series where you know all the characters are going to die, whether in the arc or just after the arc is over, and even if their forms are going to continue, it's still, you know, Fushi in that form. But now might not be the case, but, you know, with him being able to revive people, but we'll see how everything goes. Okay, so now, wait, what? Okay, so is this like the March thing? But you can see through his, well, I guess you can just see through his cape. The cape's just probably see-through, I guess. But then this is implying Fushi can see the two ghosts, right? Maybe not. Yeah, okay, so Fushi can see the two ghosts. Why? I guess... Yeah, I don't know why, because it's not like he's ever been able to see those spirits before. Right? Am I crazy? I don't think so. Oh boy, so... This is such a weird perspective shot. They look like they're massive. But, yeah. Meeting everybody, all of his forms, in spirit. So he's saying, alright, make him alive. Quick. So, okay. Is he gonna make Bond as well, though? Alright, so everybody's being pulled into a big group hug here. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, it's happy, you know, it's nice to see, but, as far as what it means for the story, I don't know how I feel about it. Okay, so this is every knocker in the world here, so if they do defeat him here, which it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to, then, and this knocker was one of them. Okay. But yeah, if they can defeat him here, then they'll rout him out for good. Very nice action shot. I do like it. I'm sorry I didn't have anything to say about them while talking to Fushi. I'm not. I said I wasn't sure how I felt about it. I know how I feel about it. I'm not into it. I wanted to reserve judgment as this finale keeps happening, finale of Act 1. But yeah, I don't know. I think honestly, the thing I enjoyed the most about this series, and you can see in my early reactions, is the fact that when we left something, we might have retained their form or something, but those arcs and everything were done, those characters were done, and the more the characters started to come back in other ways, whether from being alive and still in another arc, or Tonari being older, or various stuff like that. I was always like, and I still, I preferred the more episodic nature of the series, and so that is just why, I don't think there's anything wrong with the series. It's just, it's not for me after a certain point, unfortunately. Okay, so we made it. He made it his reach far enough to be able to destroy the trebuchet, so no more being launched in. So now we just gotta, eliminate them all in here. With one exception. The girl with the arm, right. So this last one remaining. Is this Fushi's birds coming to pick her up? And it's bringing itself near the knocker? I guess it's Fushi's birds. It's gotta be, else why are their talons able to do that? I mean, maybe it's knockers, but I don't think so. Okay. And now that their, talon parts are sliced off. What is that? Okay, Kaku is still alive, of course, no duh. But, here's where he is, didn't run off. And it's just gonna burst out of her hand. Oh, okay, no, it's turning into a whole person. Jesus. Okay, so we're gonna get a fight here. Oh, cut him off, okay. And now it's, where's it going? Sever the tip but not the body. Ooh, okay, expanding in a big old circle. Now he's got a bunch of zombies to fight, basically. So, okay, Kaku isn't going to... He is stating he's not going to... I thought assumed he was just going to cut off her arm or something, but no. He is saying he's not going to do that. So what is his plan here? I guess he wants the knocker to get inside. I guess he's just saying why he wanted the knocker inside him. I thought that was a different plan, but no. He's just explaining what he's doing. But now they're holding him down, and... I'm probably just going to kill him. Why would he go inside him? And yeah, he's appealing to him. We got a whole clan here that you can use. But everything's being blown away by, assumingly, Fushi or something? No, wait, okay, that was him? Jeez, that was a lot. God damn. But, I mean, wait, did we just do it like that? Is it done? Is it actually done? The last one? Like that? Okay, yeah, no way, yeah. So now it's on his face. Alright, and yeah, he's leaving. Because I guess he knows they're not going to defeat this, so that's going to be Act 2, I suppose, having to deal with that. Because I don't know if we're actually going to deal with it by the end of this act. I think we're just going to have one knocker left, and it's going to be the, whatever their surname is clan. Or family name, not surname, what am I talking about? Yeah, he could have killed Kahaku. He could have just, said, alright, pop Echo in the head with a gun and we'll bring her back easy peasy. But that ain't the way we do things. We saw how much problems that happened with the three guys, Masar and the rest who I can't remember the names of. There's also a hell of a lot of names in the series. Even if I, am male on the characters, it's also a problem where it seems like I like them using less because I can't even remember their name. But there's a lot of characters in this series, and I read it within gaps of months. But we see what kind of a problem that causes to the public. So even that aside, though, it's a moral thing of having to pop your head friend in the head. Even if it's more efficient, it's still it's not. And with Kahaku, it's I think Fushi has grown a bit of a personal attachment to him, too much to be able to do anything like that. Yeah, because we would have to kill Kahaku to kill the knocker. Okay, these people have gathered here hoping that you will resurrect them. I mean, there's... The problem is resurrecting people too fast. There's no problem with just always resurrecting people, right? We don't have... There's a misconception that we have a problem with overpopulation. When the problem... Oops. When the problem is more... hold on a second, let me fix this. Okay, as I was saying, the problem is not an overpopulation problem, but rather a distribution of people problem, right? Everybody's clumped together in big areas instead of spread out, even ignoring the inhospitable lands and everything like that, and the inhospitable parts of otherwise hospitable places, and all that stuff. Even excluding that, there's a problem with spreading out people. There's a problem with getting the food where it needs to go and all that. But we don't have a overpopulation problem. Humans have it throughout history. As you get more humans, you can do more, and thus you can go farther. We have always throughout history, how many people can fit on the earth has extended, become greater number because of advancements and everything. So, it's not bad to resurrect everybody. There's no reason why people have to die. There isn't. There just isn't. In this universe, there really is no reason. It's just a matter of you might have to stay a ghost for a little bit. You might have to stay a ghost for 15 years or something. And it's hey buddy, it's better than that. It's better than eternity, right? But how to decide who gets resurrected when and all that, and it's I guess you gotta start from the oldest going forward, right? Or I guess you would have to. Or you might want to start with the most now and then move back, because in terms of who's alive now and being with their family and stuff like that. Then it's gonna be so the people who have been here the longest also have to wait the longest. Yeah, but you're also used to it. You've been a ghost for a lot longer. But also, a lot of them have probably moved on to heaven, so there's probably not that many. There's probably not, a ton. As much as I'm thinking, millions. There might not be millions. It might just be a couple thousand. Which is a lot more doable to just, bam, resurrect. And especially when Fushi can, bam, here's so much food. Here's, find something that doesn't, go bad, and then just, bam, 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 bam. Fushi can do a lot for the world as just a blanket. Here's one time I will go around and do all this, and then maybe I'll do that once every 1,000 years. Something. Just here's 1,000 years worth of food if you can find something, or just some kind of provision. I don't know. Even if it's every 100 years going around, something, man. There's no reason why you can't. But at the same time, again, you don't want Fushi to just be. I'm trying to find a leeway, right? Once every 100 years, that's fine, right? That's not making Fushi do this or making Fushi feel like he is just a machine for the humanity. He's got 100 years of his own life, and then 1 year out of that he goes around and does all this, So, I think there's a possibility that exists in which we can just resurrect everybody. We can have infinite food. We can have infinite happiness. But, why are we going to say we can't? So, okay, he gave in to his desires and resurrected them all. Good. Okay, so the stipulation also is that he has to have met the person in an uninjured state. I assumed, he could just revive any ghost, but no. Specifically, he has to have met them in an uninjured state. Gotcha. It's cool. And so, yeah, he doesn't even need to have to touch it. He just had anything he has seen now. He can create. So, for those he met injured, Fushi could create bodies, sealing away the wounds and pain. Okay, but what about for those that he met while being dead? Okay, even these guys. So, yeah, they healed up the wounds on the head too. But how does that work? Because he never met them when they were alive. So, he can create their dead bodies, but just seal up the wounds and pain? Seal up the pain? Okay, so yeah, the Knocker's now learning they can't do it. Are they just going to run? It seemed like they were saying they were going to, like, not, I didn't assume that at that time they had, but by the phrasing it seems like they were saying all the Knockers are going to be defeated, except for this one on Kahaku, but I don't know. Is that even the case at all? Okay, and then the city, the ultimate colonists, did the Knockers just leave? I don't know. It doesn't say they left. I would have thought that we got, like, and then they left or whatever, but it doesn't say so. Let's keep going. No more Knockers to be found. Okay, so maybe. But I guess they just know, like, let's not attack them. I do love the idea of, all these people being brought back to life, even all the old spirits and all that. Seeing especially Cam no, not Cam. Cam is that guy right there, the fat one. I just saw the name there. But what are their names? The two ghosts that are always the Bond. Seeing them alive, that was cool. Like, not, I don't care much for Fushi's friends being back in a story perspective, but with just all the ghosts returning, again, it's like the Rindler arc where it's like, it's cool to see in an action sense. It's cool to see in a just like rule of cool sense for me. So open-ended today, guys, what do you want to do now? I mean, yeah, what do we do now? This is kind of like, I do like that we're getting this long epilogue, as opposed to just, cutting it off the climax, hard cut to the next, I could definitely see some, like, oh, big trouble happens now, on to the next thing, but, I don't know, I guess we're just going to do a big old time skip, probably. But we still got a whole chapter after this, too, so what are we doing first? Okay, yeah, what's everybody's dreams? What are y'all going to go do now? Because, yeah, I guess there's no real reason for them to, like, stick together, even if they are back. Okay, no, so they are, yeah, all staying together, never mind. So, okay, he's doing the big, guys, I'm going to take a big old hibernation while I spread out my consciousness across the whole world and make a whole world that is safe. Again, I do like that literal world peace. He can make it happen. Fushi can. Whoa, wait, what do you mean Echo is dead? Like, she moved on? She went to the afterlife. But... okay, so he is planning to resurrect Echo, just not, like, right now. Okay, so, end of an era. We are on the final chapter now. There's not that many pages in this chapter either, so it's not going to be a big thing. I mean, as far as page count, it's going to be wrapped up relatively quickly. So yeah, I guess it is just going to be as simple as time skip. Fushi does get control of the whole world, I guess. Okay, so now the church and Kahaku are working together, making a ton of iron. Okay, so they just threw Kahaku into the iron, I believe. Maybe. I'm not exactly sure, and if that's the case... So he's just playing with left hand as a ball. Okay, but he's not actually planning to die. Okay. So, it is, I mean, this is still the Knocker, but, like, it's in his face. I don't know if he's planning to have the Knocker die with him, or... Okay. Okie dokie. And then, oh, wow, and it's splashing on other people, wow. And it doesn't hit him at all. So, okay, Tonari helped to, spread some legend about, Fushi and allow religion around him to spread. And religion is a lot more easy to believe when you can physically see it happening. So, yeah, it's understandable why people, would believe him. Time passed, and it became time for the immortals to meet their end. What does that mean? Fucking time for the immortals to meet their end. Because, like, everybody should just be immortal right now, right? So, what does that line mean? Everybody? Okay, so we're just, like, showing how all, like, Fushi's close people died. But, I mean, you know, he could just resurrect them again, right? But as we're not resurrecting them until after we're done all this, I suppose. I mean, I don't know. This is kind of, like, implying that they're never going to come back. They are all moving on to the afterlife. Okay, now we're moving on to the final era, like, the new modern era. Mizuha. I don't know who that would be. I mean, it's a feather, so I guess it's Tonari. Like, reincarnated, I guess? Are we doing that? Like, I immediately went with that, but, like, is that what we're just doing? Reincarnation. Otherwise, what would this be, right? Well, either way, I will see you guys whenever the series is finished. I feel like I've given my thoughts primarily on the whole series at the beginning of this video rather than at the end. As for finale, as I said, I really liked the whole epilogue, you know, getting along epilogue. Not just, I hate whenever a series has the climax and then you hard cut into the next big part of the story or the end of the series or whatever. But so I like that we got a lot of epilogue, a lot of downtime, a lot of resolution. I do like that even though everybody came back, they got an end to. I honestly, one of the reasons why I wasn't enjoying it as much is because I thought they were going to be around forever. But knowing that now, retroactively knowing that they're not, I think I probably would have enjoyed that more, knowing that was going to be it for them forever. But then it does seem like there's, you know, reincarnation here, so I don't know if that's even true that is it for their character, because this has got to be Tonari, right? I don't know. I figured this is where we're going. Modern times, you know, for Act 2. Not much of a twist. I assumed just when I learned there was going to be an Act 1, Act 2, I was like, okay, so I guess Act 2 is just going to be big old times get back to, you know, modern times. To be fair, I thought modern times was going to be, like, a little bit more like feudal Japan, maybe, or something. But no, this is, like, modern-ass times. So, it's interesting, though, because it seems like it's just like now. It seems like it's normal. But, I don't, you know, with the insane amount of butterfly effects that had happened, how the hell do we end up here, right? You know, I would have liked to have seen what, I was very excited for the Act 2, seeing what it was going to be, because in my mind I was like, okay, this is cool. What is a world of peace going to look like? Japan now? Is that what we're implying? Japan now is world peace? I don't know. We'll see whenever I do read it, whenever the series is over, however long that takes. You know, if you're watching these reactions, I'm putting them out for the people who want them, but gonna be honest, like, go watch someone else's reactions that enjoys the series more. I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed my reactions to the first couple, you know, arcs of the series where I was very, very into it. But I mean, even now, I'm enjoying the rule of coolness of the series. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Check out some other stuff on the channel. That's it. I'm probably going to move this into the completed manga section of my channel's playlist, just for the nature of all of Act 1 is completed and it's not ongoing reactions. But yeah, I will be doing Act 2 when it's finished. I cannot stress that enough, and even though I've said it a billion times, I feel like I'm still going to get comments. Get the fuck out of here.